a calm, dimly lit street with a parked car. Imagine this. It's late at night and you're too intoxicated to drive home. The streets are quiet, the city lights casting long shadows on the pavement. You can feel the weight of the night pressing down on you, the alcohol making your thoughts sluggish and your movements unsteady. You know that getting behind the wheel in this state would be a terrible idea, not just for your safety, but for the safety of everyone else on the road. So you make what seems like the responsible choice. You decide to sleep it off in your car. You find a quiet spot to park, maybe in a secluded corner of a parking lot or on a side street where you won't be disturbed. You recline your seat, close your eyes, and try to get some rest. The car is a familiar space, and you feel a sense of security as you drift off to sleep. You think to yourself that this is the best option, that you're being responsible by not driving while intoxicated. But what if I told you that you could still be arrested for a DUI, even if you never turned the key? The law can be surprisingly strict when it comes to DUI charges. In many places, simply being in control of a vehicle while intoxicated can be enough to get you arrested. This means that even if you're just sitting in the driver's seat with the keys in your pocket, you could still be considered to be in control of the vehicle. It's a sobering thought, and one that many people aren't aware of. The intention behind these laws is to prevent impaired individuals from getting behind the wheel, but it can lead to some unexpected and unfortunate situations. Imagine waking up to the sound of a police officer tapping on your window, the flashing lights of the patrol car illuminating the interior of your vehicle. You're groggy, disoriented, and still feeling the effects of the alcohol. The officer asks you to step out of the car, and before you know it, you're being charged with a DUI. It's a scenario that can happen to anyone, and it's a stark reminder of the importance of understanding the laws in your area. So what can you do to avoid this situation? One option is to make sure that you don't have the keys in the ignition, or even within reach while you're in the car. Some people go as far as to lock the keys in the trunk or give them to a friend to hold on to. Another option is to find a safe place to sleep that isn't your car, such as a friend's house or a hotel. The key is to make sure that there's no way you could be considered to be in control of the vehicle while you're intoxicated. It's also important to remember that the best way to avoid a DUI is to plan ahead. If you know you're going to be drinking, make arrangements for a safe way to get home before you start. This could mean designating a sober driver using a ride-share service or taking public transportation. By planning ahead, you can ensure that you won't find yourself in a situation where you have to choose between driving drunk and sleeping in your car. In conclusion, while it may seem like a responsible choice to sleep in your car when you're too intoxicated to drive, it's important to be aware of the potential legal consequences. Understanding the laws in your area and taking steps to avoid being in control of a vehicle while intoxicated can help you stay safe and avoid a DUI charge. So next time you find yourself in this situation, remember to think ahead and make the safest choice for yourself and others on the road. Welcome to today's video, where we'll talk about the concept of actual physical control and how it could lead to a DUI arrest, even when you're not driving. In many jurisdictions, being in actual physical control of a vehicle means that you have the ability to operate the vehicle regardless of whether you're actively driving. So what does that look like in real life? For example, if you're sitting in the driver's seat with the keys in the ignition, or even just in your possession, law enforcement may consider that you have the potential to drive while intoxicated, and that alone can be enough for an arrest. But it's not just about where you're sitting or where the keys are. When you find yourself in a car, especially at night, there are numerous factors to consider that go beyond the immediate surroundings. The position you choose to sit in, whether it's the driver's seat or the passenger seat, can significantly impact your experience and safety. Holding the car keys might give you a sense of control, but there's more to think about. Other factors can play a role, like the condition of the car itself. Is the engine running smoothly, or are there unusual sounds that could indicate a problem? The dashboard lights can tell you a lot about the car's status. Are there any warning lights on? These indicators can alert you to potential issues that might need immediate attention. Whether the vehicle is running or not is another crucial aspect. If the engine is on, it means the car is ready to move, but it also means that fuel is being consumed and exhaust is being emitted. This can have environmental implications and also affect the air quality inside the car. especially if the ventilation system isn't working properly. If you're in the driver's seat, you have the responsibility of controlling the vehicle, which requires alertness and focus. Feeling drowsy or tired can be dangerous, as it impairs your ability to react quickly to situations on the road. On the other hand, if you're in another part of the car, like the back seat, you might feel more relaxed. But it's still important to be aware of your surroundings and the actions of the driver. The location of the vehicle is also a significant factor. Parking on a busy street at night can expose the car to potential risks, such as theft or accidents. It's essential to choose a safe and well-lit area to park. Parking in a driveway might seem safer, but it's still important to lock the doors and take necessary precautions to ensure the vehicle's security. Whether the car is on a public road or private property can influence the rules and regulations that apply. On a public road, you must adhere to traffic laws and be mindful of other vehicles and pedestrians. On private property, the rules might be more relaxed, but it's still important to drive responsibly and be aware of any potential hazards. Each location presents its own set of challenges and considerations that can impact your overall experience and safety while in the car. In conclusion, being in a car involves more than just sitting and holding the keys. It requires awareness of various factors, including the condition of the vehicle, your position inside the car, and the location where the car is parked or driven. By paying attention to these details, you can ensure a safer and more enjoyable experience on the road. Laws vary by state or country, so it's important to understand the specific rules where you live. In some places, you could be charged with a DUI just for having the potential to drive while impaired. So, what should you do if you find yourself in this situation? Imagine it's late at night and you've had a few drinks, you thought you were okay to drive, but now, sitting in your car, you realize that you might not be. The streets are quiet and the night is still. You feel a mix of confusion and concern. The keys are in your hand and you're contemplating your next move. It's a scenario that many people find themselves in, and it's crucial to know the best course of action to ensure your safety and the safety of others. The safest bet is to avoid staying in the driver's seat if you're intoxicated. Even if you have no intention of driving, being in the driver's seat can still pose significant risks. Law enforcement officers may interpret your presence in the driver's seat as an intention to drive, which could lead to legal consequences. Instead, consider moving to the passenger seat or the back seat. This simple action can make a big difference in how the situation is perceived. It shows that you are taking steps to avoid driving while impaired, which is a responsible and commendable decision. If possible, find a safer place to sleep that's away from the vehicle. Sleeping in your car might seem like a convenient option, but it's not always the safest or most comfortable choice. If you're in a public area, you might be vulnerable to theft or other dangers. Additionally, sleeping in a car can be uncomfortable and might not provide the rest you need. Look for alternatives, such as a park bench, which, while not ideal, might be safer than staying in the car. Better yet, if you have access to a friend's house or a cozy living room, that would be a much better option. A good night's sleep in a safe environment is invaluable. Or make arrangements to stay somewhere else. If you find yourself in a situation where you cannot safely drive home, consider calling a friend or family member for help. They might be able to offer you a place to stay or assist you in finding a safe location. In today's world, there are also numerous services available that can help you get home safely. Ride-sharing apps, taxis, and even some community programs offer safe rides for individuals who are unable to drive. Planning ahead can also make a big difference. If you know you'll be drinking, arrange for a designated driver or plan to stay overnight at a friend's place. Taking these precautions can help you avoid the risks associated with driving under the influence and ensure that you and others stay safe. Utilizing ride-sharing apps or calling a taxi can be a lifesaver. These services are designed to provide safe transportation for individuals who are unable to drive. With just a few taps on your phone, you can arrange for a ride to take you home or to a safe location. The convenience and accessibility of these services make them an excellent option for anyone who finds themselves in a situation where driving is not a safe choice. Additionally, many ride-sharing apps offer features such as estimated arrival times, fare estimates, and the ability to share your trip details with friends or family, providing an added layer of safety and peace of mind. It's also important to understand the legal implications of being in your car while intoxicated. In many places, you can still be charged with a DUI even if you're not driving. Simply being in control of the vehicle, such as having the keys in the ignition or being in the driver's seat, can be enough for law enforcement to take action. This is why it's crucial to remove yourself from the driver's seat and avoid any appearance of intending to drive. If you are approached by a police officer, be honest and cooperative. Explain that you have chosen not to drive because you are intoxicated and that you are taking steps to ensure your safety and the safety of others. Another option to consider is finding a nearby hotel or motel where you can stay for the night. While this might involve some additional expense, it's a small price to pay for your safety and peace of mind. Many hotels and motels are open 24/7 and can provide a safe and comfortable place to rest. Before heading out for the evening, it can be helpful to identify nearby accommodations so that you have a plan in place if you need it. This proactive approach can save you time and stress if you find yourself in need of a place to stay. Public transportation is another viable option for getting home safely. Depending on your location, buses, trains, and other forms of public transit may be available late into the night. While it might take a bit longer to get home, using public transportation can be a safe and cost-effective alternative to driving. Be sure to check the schedules and routes ahead of time so that you know your options. Having a backup plan that includes public transportation can give you peace of mind and ensure that you have a safe way to get home. If you're out at a bar or restaurant, don't hesitate to ask the staff for help. Bartenders and servers are often trained to assist patrons who may have had too much to drink. They can help you arrange for a ride home or provide information about nearby accommodations. Additionally, many establishments have policies in place to ensure the safety of their customers, such as offering free non-alcoholic beverages to designated drivers or providing information about safe ride programs. Don't be afraid to speak up and ask for assistance if you need it. Taking steps to pace yourself and stay hydrated can also help you avoid finding yourself in a difficult situation. Drinking water between alcoholic beverages and having a meal can slow the absorption of alcohol and help you stay more in control. It's important to know your limits and to listen to your body. If you start to feel intoxicated, it's a good idea to stop drinking and switch to water or another non-alcoholic beverage. Taking these precautions can help you enjoy your evening while also ensuring that you stay safe and make responsible decisions. Planning ahead is one of the most effective ways to ensure your safety. Before you go out, set a plan for how you will get home. Share your plans with a friend or family member so that someone knows where you are and can check in with you if needed. Setting an alarm on your phone to remind you when it's time to leave can also be helpful. Having a plan in place can reduce the likelihood of making impulsive decisions and help you stay focused on your safety. Remember, your safety and the safety of others should always be your top priority. Making responsible choices and taking proactive steps can help you avoid dangerous situations and ensure that you get home safely. Whether it's arranging for a ride, finding a safe place to stay, or simply pacing yourself and staying hydrated, there are many ways to protect yourself and others. By being mindful and prepared, you can enjoy your evening and make it home safely. So the next time you find yourself in this situation, remember these tips and take the necessary steps to ensure your safety. Remember, the goal is to stay safe and avoid putting yourself or others at risk. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from this information. Stay informed and stay safe.